So you want to learn how to make a clear, organic, and skin-safe room spray? Stay tuned. I'm going to show you step by step how to do just that. So one thing I hear a lot of makers struggle with is how to make a room spray that is clear, one that does not need preservatives so you don't have to worry about mold, and then also one that is skin safe. Now the reason I chose to do mine skin safe is because I know that my fragrances are so fabulous, someone's going to want to spritz themselves all over with the spray. So I needed to make sure that it was skin safe in case it ever accidentally or purposefully got on somebody's skin. So the recipe I'm about to share with you is organic, it is skin safe, and it is clear. Now there will be a slight tint depending on your fragrance. Some fragrance oils do have a yellow tint, so just keep that in mind that there will be a little bit of tint, but your mixture will not be cloudy, I promise. So this is what my sprays currently look like. So I have this beautiful bottle and I have the label, and I will go over the label requirements a little bit later in the video. But yeah, this is basically what my room sprays look like. So this is the recipe that I'm going to share. Okay, so here are the materials that we're going to need. The first is organic witch hazel. The second is polysorbate 80. Make sure you're using polysorbate 80 and not 20. 80 has to be the polysorbate that we use today. Then we have organic sugarcane alcohol. This one, the label rubbed off, but it's glycerin, flaxseed glycerin. And then this is our fragrance. I'll let you know what the fragrance is in a little bit. You're also going to need a scale. You're going to need a pitcher of some sort. I love these plastic pitchers, and I got them on Amazon. I'll link everything down below. And a little spatula to stir. And then, of course, you're going to need your bottle. So this is the bottles that I use. As you can tell, this is not a screw top, so I will show you how I do this. But you need a couple of pieces to kind of make it work. And then here's the top. So those are the ingredients that we need to make our organic, skin-safe, clear room spray. Okay, so first things first. In this recipe, the first two things that you're going to measure are going to be your polysorbate 80 and your fragrance. That's really important. Those are the first two things that need to combine. Now, for this recipe, I am using ounces. So I am going to put my scale on ounces and tear it out. So what you want to do for this fragrance, this is a recipe that's going to make 1 4-ounce bottle. So you can obviously multiply it however many bottles you have, but it's a 4-ounce bottle is what this recipe is going to make. So the first thing we're going to need, and I always do my fragrance first. So this is a company called Scent Memory. I absolutely love them. They have super luxurious, complex fragrances. Check them out on Facebook. They have a great Facebook group. This was not sponsored by Scent Memory. I just really like them. And the fragrance that I chose is called, see if you can see that. It is called Sugared Lime and Mint. I absolutely love this fragrance. It is so refreshing and fabulous. So this one, this room spray I'm just going to make for fun for my house. So this is the fragrance that I chose. And we're looking for half of 1 ounce. So 0.5. 0.5, perfect. So then the second thing we're going to do is we're going to add the polysorbate 80. Now polysorbate, the rule that I use for the sprays is it should always be double what the fragrance is. So we're going to do 1 ounce, let me tear it out again, 1 ounce of polysorbate. Please keep in mind this recipe, like I said, does not work with polysorbate 20. Has to be polysorbate 80, okay? And what you want to do is just mix the two. As you can see, not a lot happening there. But you just want to make sure that the two are mixed. Okay. So now on to the next step. We're gonna tear out our pitcher one more time. And now it's time for the sugarcane alcohol. So I love using sugarcane alcohol, especially the organic one. Again, people really gravitate towards items that are organic. But this sugarcane alcohol from Makesy is really, really nice. And it really helps maintain the fragrance. That's what I love about it. So with the alcohol, we're gonna do 1.2 ounces. Okay, 1.2. 1.1. 1.2. Perfect. Okay. We're going to tear it out again. And quickly we're going to give it a stir. So as you can see, still clear. We're going to give it a stir. We're done here. The next one is the witch hazel. Now the witch hazel is usually what makes these room sprays cloudy. So the trick is that you want to use less witch hazel than alcohol. So in this case, we're going to do 0.8 ounces of witch hazel. There we go. And as you can tell, these measurements don't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that you have more alcohol than witch hazel. We're going to stir it again. And as you can see, it is still clear. And then we just have one more thing to add, and that's our glycerin. The reason I do that is because if someone does choose to spray this on themselves, a tiny bit of glycerin is going to help with, you know, how alcohol dries out the skin. A tiny bit of glycerin is really going to help so that the alcohol isn't too drying. And you are looking for 0.2 ounces of glycerin. So just a tiny amount. And again, we stir, stir, stir. And our mixture has some bubbles in it, but it is clear. So we're gonna go ahead and pour it into our container. Now, this recipe I made for 4 ounces. However, these bottles that I use are actually 3.4, so I'm not gonna use all of the mixture in these bottles, just so you know. This is 3.4 ounces, but I know most people, when they're making their room sprays, use 4-ounce bottles, so that's why I tailored the recipe to 4 ounces. Okay, so now that we're done with our mixture, and I mean, tell me that wasn't like super, super simple. Now we're gonna fill our bottles. And so these bottles, like I mentioned before, they don't have a screw top. So there is a different method for putting the lid on. But first, let's fill it. So what we're going to do is, I like to use funnels. This is a set of funnels. There's bigger ones and smaller ones that I got on Amazon, so I'll link it below. But I like to use the metal funnels just because you can spray them out with alcohol between uses. So we're just gonna put that right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and fill our bottle. All right, our bottle is nice and full. So how these work is you have to put this piece first. This is your sprayer. And then it has a little white part, a little clear part right there, plastic, that kind of keeps it in place. Then you have to use this piece. And this piece goes right on top, and it kind of pushes down a little bit. And then you have to get it underneath here. So this is specifically for this bottle. So I just put it right underneath, and I go like that, and instant. So this is permanently on there. It's not gonna come off. It doesn't twist or anything. It's permanently on there. And then we just put our top on, and we are all set. And look how clear and beautiful that room spray is. I promised you a clear room spray, promised you organic, and promised you skin safe. Also keep in mind when you're doing this, if you want to intentionally have this spray be skin, specifically for the skin, like you want it to be a body spray, make sure that you are following the guidelines for the fragrance. Each fragrance is a little bit different as far as what is skin safe and what percentage. So be sure that if you want this specifically to be for the skin, that you are keeping in mind the skin safe IFRA guidelines for every fragrance. So for this fragrance, I know that the 1/2 ounce I did is perfectly fine. It's within the guidelines. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. Now let's talk labeling. All right, let's talk labels. So this is my label for my spray. So we have where it was made. We have how many ounces in both fluid ounces and in milliliters. What it is, so I call it in every spray. And then the name of it and, the vibes and stuff, and of course my logo. Now the important stuff is on this side. Now, when it comes to labeling something organic, you cannot label something in the United States as organic unless it's been certified. Certification costs a lot of money. So I did not label this as organic. I did, however, and you can label the ingredients as organic, and that's what I did. So organic sugarcane alcohol, organic witch hazel, the glycerin, and all that stuff. So basically this is ingredients have to be listed in descending order. So whatever ingredient you have the most of goes first, and then the next one, and then the next, and the next, until you have the ingredient that has the least in the mixture. So in descending order, that's how you list the ingredients. You also have to do a warning label. So for mine, it says, do not ingest, don't spray it near your eyes, keep it away from children and pets. And then you do write your whole address, like where it was manufactured. I added my website. You don't have to, but you do need to add like where it was manufactured, a warning, and your ingredients. So definitely pay attention to the requirements for labeling your sprays. Now, I'd rather be safe than sorry, so I make sure that I have as much information on my labels as possible. I would double check, with your local, city, state, and all those guidelines to see what they require. But this is what I choose to put on it, and it's, I think, the safest bet. So again, logo, what it is, the amount in milliliters and fluid ounces, where it was made, the ingredients in descending order, so people know what's in here, a warning to make sure that they do not ingest it, don't spray it near your eyes, and also keep it away from children and pets. And then, of course, where it was manufactured, and if you want to add your website, you certainly can. So that's how I label my room sprays. I hope you enjoyed today's video on how to make your own organic, skin-safe, and clear room spray. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I love to hear from you guys. And also, I'm going to link a couple videos that I think you might be interested in to watch next. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.